Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Thanks for continuing to watch. It's been an absolutely crazy week for me. I hope your week has gone well, maybe been a bit more stable. I have just been super busy between my work, trying to follow up and cover the investor day for Rocket Lab, make the YouTube content, and all this other stuff. Hopefully it calms down in the coming weeks and I'll get time to make a bit more content. But the market has been super crazy this week as well. It's kind of a funny story. I was driving to one of our other offices for work. It's a further office a couple hours away. So just kind of sitting there, I've got my GPS on my phone in the little holder thing and listening to music, not really thinking about too much. And then I got a pop-up message from Discord, one of the guys on the Discord server, Jadam. I hope I pronounced his name right, probably not, knowing me. Sends me a message in all caps and he's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" My first thought is, oh, has the Discord server been hacked or something like that, something crazy. But then he says, Rocket Lab is below $4 a share. And I was like, oh my God, we're back below $4 a share. First of all, I wasn't sure if we were ever going to get here. I know probably a few weeks ago I was saying I think we might not ever see the threes again. So there's me owning that being wrong. I'll always admit it when I'm wrong, and I'm sure it will continue to happen sometimes. Everyone makes mistakes, so I thought we were seeing some strength in Rocket Lab. There was some evidence that the overall stock market may drop and continue to drop, but I just felt Rocket Lab may not drop as much as the overall markets. In fact, the opposite's kind of happened here. We've had a bit of a sell-off following Investor Day. I think there's been a few factors at play. Obviously, the overall markets haven't helped. We've seen growth stocks really get hit hard. Plus, we had Rocket Lab running up a bit towards Investor Day, and then a sell-off after, which is not too uncommon. You often see a buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation with these things. I know when I watched Tesla's battery day a couple of years ago, all sorts of hype around that. There was a run-up and it did drop afterwards, if I recall correctly. So similar thing happening here, not too worried about it, but we have had a short-term drop in the stock that I didn't think we would see again. So when I got that message, I was like, oh my gosh, let's get off the highway here, see if I can take a look on my phone, because I've been wanting to get up to that 10,000 share number in Rocket Lab. It's kind of my target. So kind of pulled off the highway and pulled over on a side road and parked so I could actually look at my phone and pull up my Interactive Brokers, see what was going on, check the stock price. It was back up around the low fours. And I was looking at this and I was like, okay, so do I want to try and put in a limit price below 4 down in the 3s? I thought about it, but one too many times it's happened to me where I put in a limit price a little below where a stock's currently trading at, and then the stock just kind of runs up, and then my order never gets triggered. It runs away from me, and then I get super frustrated that I missed the buying opportunity because I wanted to get it a few cents cheaper, like literally a few cents per share. So usually what I do these days, if I see a price I like, I just buy it. Simple as that. For those of you who put limit orders below the current market price, it's absolutely fine. You probably do end up getting a better price 99% of the time. It's just that 1% of the time I really hate not having an order go through that I want to buy. So I made a purchase at $4.03 per share. We were, I think, $3.99-ish was the low, so maybe I missed out on a few cents. Maybe I could have got it a few cents cheaper, but we did close at $4.12, so I'm already up a little bit on that, which is nice. And overall, I think it worked out pretty well. So thank you, Jadam, for sending me that message, because if you hadn't, I would probably just be obliviously driving and had no idea what was going on with the stock markets, which, by the way, we've got to talk about the overall markets too, because some pretty big moves have been happening there. But first of all, I want to show you my trade, as I always do when it comes to Rocket Lab. Just talk a little bit about my position and where we are right now. So let's dive over to the trades. So here it is. We've bought another 1,300 shares of Rocket Lab at about 10.50 this morning. We paid 4.03 for it. Commission was $6. The way my broker works is the amount of commission you pay has to do with the number of shares the trade is. So because Rocket Lab is kind of a low share price, and when I buy, that means there's more shares, I tend to pay a little bit higher commission, but it's just a few bucks. So I'm not too worried about it. Total cost for this was $5,000. Decently sized trade for me. I've been kind of nibbling at Rocket Lab, taking a little here, little here, little here as it fluctuates up and down, try and get a good average price, and not go all in too soon, but at the same time also not miss out on the opportunities when they arise. So I've bought in the 5s, I've bought in the 4s, I've bought a little bit in the 3s, and as I explained earlier, I added here at 403. Let's see where this leaves my total position in Rocket Lab now. So it's actually in 3 separate accounts I have. Sorry if you have any trouble seeing this, but the one account we added in today was 1,300 shares. We have another account with 3,100 shares. A third account here. This is the tax-free account, which ironically enough has the worst average cost basis. So kind of not optimized for tax reasons. I'll be paying more taxes because my lower cost bases are in the taxable account, but that's just how it goes. We have almost 5,000 shares in that account, just a little shy. So that brings my total share count up to 9,336. Just a little bit shy of that 10,000 share mark that I wanted to hit, and I wanted to keep my average cost under $5 per share, which I have done. The overall average price, if you add up all these, is $4.61. Something I feel pretty good about. Obviously, if my average cost was 3.9, I'd be laughing. I'd be thrilled, but I'm still very happy with basically anything under 5 when it comes to an average price. And those of you who maybe bought earlier out there looking at a little bit of a higher average price, I think it's okay. I've gone through all my projections in previous episodes saying I think this could be like a 6x plus stock potentially over the next 5 years. So even if your cost basis is 8 or 10 or whatever, it's not the end of the world for sure. And just to commiserate with you, I am at a loss in this position right now. So those of you guys at a loss out there, I'm with you at a loss, but I'm okay with it because it allows me to now add more shares at a lower cost basis and actually average down as opposed to averaging up, which is what I was doing before. In terms of total amount of money I've put into this stock, we're now looking at $43,000. The market value is down to 38 and change. Pretty sizable position for me when it comes to overall portfolio. When you consider how volatile the stock is, it's not my largest position, but definitely something you need to have conviction in if you're going to do this. I feel comfortable doing it because I've done so much research on this stock, and if it goes wrong, I have no one to blame but myself. So again, why did this go down so much today? Well, a lot has to do with the overall macro markets, dragging kind of everything down. Taking a look at my main account, it's not fun to see this for sure. This is not my only account, but this is my main one. What a crazy month. This is just 1 month, and we're having all these wild swings here from 624 down to 550, maybe 560, up back to 624, back down to call it 570. So just crazy wild swings. Obviously, it's not fun seeing these downward sections. That's why you can't really do this unless you kind of have a strong stomach and you're able to handle this volatility and see the red without freaking out. If you're someone who knows that you get too stressed out about stuff like this, completely fine to just buy the indexes. Don't even look at it. Just completely tone it out for like 5 years, and you'll probably be happy in 5 years' time. But for those of us trading a little bit more actively in individual stocks who watch our accounts closely, you'll know this is not that uncommon in today's day and age. Not fun, but it gives us opportunities to add, what we have done, taking advantage in the overall market trends. So where does this leave me now? Well, I've left myself a little bit of room where I'm not quite at that 10,000 number if we do continue to drop, which is, by the way, extremely possible. Am I saying that because I've bought now, we're at the bottom and that's why I'm buying? Absolutely not. Could it drop further? Yes. Should I stop asking myself questions? Probably. But now that I've started, I can't seem to stop. But anyway, yeah, it could still drop further. Stock market's looking like it's in a very tenuous position. I'm going to, I think, make another video on that perhaps tomorrow. But if the overall market continues to drop, Rocket Lab is going to be dragged down with it. That's just how these things go. When the markets go up, we benefit from it in our individual stocks. And when the markets go down, we get dragged down with it. So not saying it's the bottom, but I am saying I felt it was a good price. I've been wanting to get to a certain share count, and I'm almost there. And if we drop further, maybe next week, I'll add that remaining 700 shares or so and get to the number I'm looking for. Hope you guys are handling these tough days in the market. Hope your week has gone a little bit better than mine has. I'm going to try to get you some more content around the investor day, and there's a ton of interesting stuff happening recently that I really need to get caught up on, but it's just been so crazy that I haven't been able to. I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.